Hello, hello. Welcome. I'm so excited to be bringing another interview to you guys with one of my favorite agents ever in the world, Lorianne Townsend.
Hi, guys.
To talk with Lorianne today and share her experience because her story is very unique. I actually included your story in my TED Talk.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you've been through a lot and it's amazing how far you've come.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I've come a long way. I'm for sure the definition of self-made.
Yes,
the
definition of self-made.
Born and raised in Victoria, and never really came from a lot. My parents, weren't successful in life necessarily, and so I had to really kind of raise myself, and I moved out at a very young age, 14, kind of living in friends' houses here and there and everywhere, and then finally got my own place at 15, which
wow. Like, if we could just stop and think about that, getting your own place at 15.
Yeah.
Like, most of us are just barely surviving high school at 15.
Yeah. So I actually dropped out of high school, and I was working full-time as a waitress and had done that for 15 years. So I was working basically as a waitress until about 4 years ago. So yeah, it was quite the journey. I worked hard, and so I definitely learned the definition of hard work and what it means to do for yourself.
I think that's actually one of the things that really stands out for me in terms of a lot of agents get into real estate and they think that it's going to be like a cush job.
No.
But you came into it with a strong work ethic. You're one of the few people that I've worked with that's like, where do I got to be? When do I got to be there? How many times do I got to be there? Like, I will do whatever it takes to make this work.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I mean, so I dropped out. I worked hard. I was working for a long time. I had my little girl at a very young age. I was 21 when I had her. So that, of course, changed a whole bunch of things for me, too.
Right, Love it. So we're talking like on your own at 15, single mom at a very young age, like before your 20s or
21,
21. Waitressing and saying, okay, I need to make a better life for my daughter and my young family.
Yeah.
And so you're waitressing. What makes you decide to get your real estate license?
Yeah, so actually that was my point, is that I actually, in my yearbook when I was in grade 8, it says I want to be realtor or interior design. I've always loved interior design. I've always loved real estate, homes, walking through new homes. I moved over 30 times as a child, so I was always the first one to have my room decorated and set up. I loved moving. I still actually kind of like the idea of moving because you kind of get to cleanse stuff and get rid of stuff. So I've always been interested in real estate. What I like about real estate is that it opens so many other doors and avenues as well. It's not just selling homes and making a paycheck.
Right.
There's so much more to it. It's this thing that you have the control to build as big as you want, which to me is, priceless. You can't, there's not a lot of careers you can have that you get to make the decision of where you want to go with it. So that's a huge piece of why I love real estate and why I wanted to get into real estate was the freedom of making my own schedule, the growth that you can have with real estate if you put in the work and decide to build it up, and just the whole world of homes and interior design and all of that stuff. I've always wanted to get into renovating homes and flipping eventually, so that's kind of the next sort of thing that I want to start focusing on. And it's been a lot of fun.
Okay, this is amazing. So I really want to touch on the flipping and stuff because I feel like we're going to get to this part of your journey that gets really exciting. So when you decided to say, hey, like I'm gonna get out of waitressing and I'm gonna move into the real estate space, Where did you, how did you know that this was going to be the thing that changed your life? Or did you know, or were you just taking a chance?
I didn't know. I just one day was like, something's got to give. What do I want to do? I knew I always wanted to do real estate, so I said, let's do it. Let's take the course and see what happens. And it was a really small investment for potentially a huge career change for me, right? So I bought the course, started taking it. I even kind of took a time off while I was taking it and decided, I don't know, maybe this isn't for me. Decided to jumped back in. And
so what made you question that? Can we unpack that a little bit? So what made you start questioning, is this right despite that?
Yeah, I think we all naturally question things that we're trying when they get harder.
Right.
It's not the most fascinating book to read, real estate, the real estate
so you're
book.
talking about the course.
The course, yeah, the course.
I'm talking about the course. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I'm in the process of the course at this point. It's, it was getting a little dry and challenging. I was a mom, I was working full time. It was a lot to take on all at once. I had actually purchased a staging course as well at the same time, so I had to put that on the back burner because real estate had to be my focus at that point. And just some other challenges in life at the time kind of got in the way, and then I jumped back in because I just knew that it was my ticket. It was my thing that was going to get me out of waitressing and the type of career that I wanted. I wanted something that I could still be, moving around, not sitting in a 9-to-5 desk job.
Totally. Yeah.
I'm the type of person that needs action and different things going on. It can't be the same all the time. So I think that's why I loved waitressing for so long. I was good at it. It was fast paced. There's never the same thing.
You're on the go.
Yeah, go. So, and I love people. I love building relationships. So that was, a big part of it too, is I knew that I have that skill of building relationships with people, and that's a huge part of real estate and selling homes is building that relationship with your clients. So I just decided, go for it. You have nothing to lose. And
this is important. Important point, because we talk to a lot of people who actually order the course and start, there's that initial fire and excitement and energy, but then you go through it, and I think so few people realize that the course doesn't actually teach you how to have a good career, and it's not what it's gonna, what the career is going to be like, or your day-to-day is going to be like, but you just have to push through it, because what's on the other side is what you're trying to get.
And I will say, I wish that I had the team when I was taking the course, because that's another thing. I was very much on my own when I was taking the course. I had no one outside of me that was, in real estate necessarily that I could go to and turn to and ask questions about the course or about their experiences. So I really see the value in what you guys offer in the team, what we offer with the team to new agents and people who are taking the course for support, because it can get kind of lonely and boring, and when you're on your own at home trying to motivate yourself to take the course.
Yes, so if you are looking for a group of people to do the course with and for the resources to help you get through that period, definitely let us know. That's a great point.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna fast forward a little bit. So, you've had this kind of rough start, you've developed all this hard work ethic to climb out of that hole that you were kind of in the early stages.
Yeah.
And now you've done the course, got through that too. So fast forward, and you're now a realtor and you're on your own. How does that feel, or how does that look?
Yeah, so I was in real estate for 2 years while I was still waitressing. So I was waitressing at the pub and doing real estate kind of on the side. It was like my side job at the time.
Right, yes.
Which is definitely not the way you want to do real estate.
A lot of people do it that way. They're like, this will be my side gig.
Yeah, but as a single mom, of course, and just being used to in your comfort zone, for me, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do this and this at the same time. see where it goes. I was lucky enough to have built lots of relationships at the restaurant I had been working at for 13 years.
Right.
So I did get, lots of clients from there and still do, which has been great for my
you
career.
were like super well known.
Yeah.
In like your community.
In the industry, exactly.
Totally,
and then within the community, because I've also been born and raised in Victoria, so I know a lot of people and I have a lot of connections, which is obviously useful in real estate. But it was definitely a juggling act. and then I wasn't overly successful by myself. I was making some deals here and there, and it helped me pay the bills. But I actually came into contact with Annie's, who's on the team, at a course one day. And cute little pregnant Annie's asked to sit next to me, and I said, sure, why not? Because she, wanted to have access to the bathroom. And then
important during the course time.
Definitely, and when you're pregnant. And then we went for lunch, and we just started talking about team dynamic, and I had always kind of thought about, I thrive off working with people and working with a team. I'm not necessarily like do it all on my own type of person. I want interaction and support and motivation and all the accountability.
Totally.
Accountability is huge for me, so that's a big one for me.
I think we forget that, like, people, accountability. I know for me that was a big thing in my career too, because it's like, yes, you can just wake up every day and grind it out on your own, and I think maybe there's a personality type that works for them.
Sure.
But even for me, I needed to be able to say, okay, first of all, look around me and see how I was doing with other people. And so when I was able to look around and be surrounded by agents, I'm like, look over here, this guy's doing 60 deals. Look over here, this person's doing 100 deals. Look over here, this person's doing 40 deals. Then you're able to go, okay, well, here's some measuring sticks. Here's what I have to do. And so that's the results piece, but then also just the day-to-day activities, right? It's so natural to look around and go, okay, well, these people are making 25 contacts a week, or so that accountability. It's like having a workout buddy.
Totally. Well, I was going to relate it to working out. I once was a personal trainer. Actually, I had taken my personal training course, and I did boot camps with some girls and stuff. For me, I know how to work out, but I still hire a personal trainer because I need that accountability. It helps me move forward and work harder. So it's been really awesome having the team and having the accountability and having like-minded people to work next to, just to work together.
Love it. And I think too, whether you're on a team or not on a team, just being surrounded by the right people, having those structures. For sure,
So definitely, whether you're on a team or you're masterminding with others, I think that's going to be a huge piece of a successful career. Having people you can talk to and bounce ideas off of, and talk about your experiences, because let's face it, you come up with a whole bunch of stuff in real estate that can be kind of stressful, and it's nice when you have someone you can talk to or people that you can talk to about those things and hold each other up and keep each other accountable to the career and job.
Love it. Okay, so we've kind of got through the early days. You find your accountability, you find your people.
I found my people. I had gone with 2 different brokerages previously. Okay. So I was with a couple of brokerages, and they were great, nothing wrong with them, but I just wasn't getting the support and the training that I really needed. And I just didn't find my people. It's so huge. It's so huge. So I still felt quite alone in my career, and didn't really know what to do next, how to build my business further. So it was really stopping me from taking that leap of taking it to the next level and just taking real estate as my full-time career. And that's why I held on to the waitressing for so long, because I just wasn't comfortable with letting it go and knowing where my business was going to go on my own. So finding the team and finding the mastermind was really important for my career to become so successful, and it has. So
amazing. And now, so you've basically had 2 pretty amazing years. I feel like your 2021 is like off the charts.
Oh yeah, amazing. It's been unreal. Like, I can't even believe that, I was waitressing a couple years ago at the pub, making 50 grand a year, and now here I am making a really successful career for myself, and I'm in places that I would never have thought I would have been. So
amazing.
Yeah.
You've just started building your real estate portfolio.
Yeah.
So you're acquiring property now 2 years later, like 2 years later.
And I thought this was going to be like a 10 to 20 year plan, and I'm now sitting pretty in a beautiful home that I get to now renovate and build revenue with suites and all that. So I'm a landlord too, which is exciting.
Oh my goodness, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
You must be so proud. Like, you've accomplished a lot and especially having to do so much on your own from such a young age.
Yeah, no, I definitely am proud of myself. I've come a long way. I've built, like I said, I'm self-made. I've had zero support or help from family or anything like that. So I've done everything on my own, and I paid for my course on my own. I paid for my living on my own. I've done it all. So definitely proud of where I've come from and where I've gone. So.
Can we talk a little bit about EXP? Because you mentioned you came from 2 brokerages, so you were at a couple other brokerages, that's fine, and now you've kind of come over to EXP. What has the model with EXP offered you that other brokerages just weren't able to offer? Or why do you think EXP has supported your growth so quickly?
Yes, so EXP has a ton of amazing coaches and training within the company, which has been amazing. So you're masterminding with some of the best in the world. We are international, so you're not just connecting with people in your town, you're connecting with people all over the world, which I think
so we
is
just got back from EXPCon. Some of us in our mastermind went down to EXPCon, and I mean, we were talking to agents who, they've got 100 people teams, they've got 9,000 people in their organization, and here we were sitting, across from them having conversations or listening to them speak on a panel that they were delivering for free, free coaching to anybody in the company.
Yeah.
Which is insane. I've never had this kind of access to people who are so willing to share all of their information with just everybody else in the company.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing that EXP offers, which is amazing, is shares in the company.
Yes,
they offer
love
stocks.
The shares.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And no other company offers those things. So there's other opportunities of growth in your business and in your revenue stream, which is invaluable as well. You can't get that at other brokerages. So I think it's a really awesome company that's very innovative and lots of amazing people to work with and build your career with.
And now I want to give Florian some props. I want to give you props because not only have you built a successful real estate career, you're now a team leader.
Yes.
You train other agents.
Yeah, which is unbelievable to think that I'm now training agents when I felt like a newbie not too long ago.
And that's the thing, and your growth is so, when we say hard work or work ethic, this lady grabs opportunities and takes them. It's amazing. And so now they're, I watch you talk to, people who also, you don't have to be rich, you don't have to be wealthy.
Nope.
You just have to get in here and realize the opportunity.
Yeah.
And so you are encouraging agents or even young people who are looking for a career to get their license and get the course.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So I've had reached out to quite a few people who I think would be excellent for real estate, and they've bought the course and taken the leap, and they're kind of relying on me to train them and support them through that journey, and it's been amazing to do, and also helps motivate me, and it's also another accountability piece for me, is now I'm accountable to them to make their careers successful.
Totally.
So I have to really level up to make sure that they're leveling up. So that's really important and really helps me thrive in my business as well. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And so if anybody out there is either thinking of getting into real estate or feels like they didn't have the start they hoped for, what advice would you give that person that's like, how do I do this?
Yeah, definitely reaching out to different agents, people who you see yourself wanting to be like. It's in their career and their business, where they're at, if that's where you want to be. Ask them questions, get in front of them, get into a room full of people that know more than you. I would say get on a really awesome team, because for me that was really important, or at least mastermind with some really important, with people who are doing really well and are successful in their businesses.
Totally. I love that, because I always like to say, be the dumbest person in the room.
Yes.
And if you are, then you're in the right room, right? You know you're going to learn a ton, and that's going to push you forward. So I think that's really great advice.
Yeah, get uncomfortable for sure.
Yes, yeah. If you're comfortable, it's not working.
No, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I really just want to drive home how well Lorianne has done in her career in such a short period of time. So as a little bit of a value add to everybody watching, I want to just get to a few questions. So we'll do a bit of a lightning round, if you. What are the most valuable habits that helped you scale?
I would say definitely being in front of like-minded people, people who are successful in the business, asking questions, getting in front of the right people, scheduling, keeping to that schedule. The accountability from others has really been important for me, and just doing the activities, the everyday activities, making the contacts, keeping track of those measures. Totally. And just
measuring. That's
measuring.
A big one.
Yeah, measuring everything and keeping to the schedule and being in front of like-minded people. I think has been my biggest contribution to my success.
Okay. Awesome. Are there any specific habits that helped you produce deals consistently?
Yes, so definitely setting contact goals every week, making those contacts has been huge, because it just, once you start doing that, you start building that pipeline of people, of course, nurturing those people, again, sticking to that schedule, building in a schedule, and sticking to it is going to be huge. And just doing all the activities every single day, and hitting your goals and
totally setting those goals and hitting them, right?
Yeah.
How do you balance being a mom and your career?
So a big part of that has been being on the team and having the support from the team and from the admin. Having back-end support has been huge for my business and my growth, and having time for my family and for my daughter. And of course, scheduling has been a huge piece of that. So scheduling in the major activities that I need to get done during the day, and then setting aside the time for my daughter and my family to and sticking to that.
Sticking to it. I love that. What's your favorite part of the job?
Oh, that's an exciting one. So my favorite part of the job is definitely building the relationships with my clients, taking them through homes and learning about them as we do that. Just seeing the excitement in my clients' eyes. I love working with first-time home buyers. I love working with families. Investors are great too, but I just love the emotional piece of real estate and finding people.
Do you ever get to turn it off?
Yes, I do. I definitely get to turn it off. During the summertime, it's really important for me to do lots of fun camping activities and things with my daughter while she's out of school. So with the team and with the mastermind, I have other agents that I can have take over my business while I'm away, which has been awesome. Of course, having the admin and the back end support has been huge. I absolutely can turn it off when I need to. I have the support for that, which is great. And I recommend definitely having, someone, a colleague or a team member helping you with your business while you're gone. But thankfully with the team, I've had that option. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last question that I would really love to ask you and get your perspective on is, what's the biggest difference from your previous brokerage to EXP?
I would have to say the innovation of EXP, the opportunities that EXP has for agents for passive revenue and for growth. It's not just about selling a house and making a paycheck. Again, it's about other opportunities like revenue shares and stocks and building a team and all of those things. So they really give you a lot of support to build your team and build your business. And that is by far the biggest difference with this brokerage compared to the others.
Totally. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you, LA,
My
for
pleasure.
sitting down.
Thank you for having me.
So much knowledge, so much information. If you have any questions, please reach out to Lorianne. We're going to put links and all kinds of ways to get in touch with everybody in the description. And again, wealth of knowledge. If you want to fast track your career, she is the person to talk to.
Yeah, reach out anytime. I'd love to help.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
you.